My name's Alan Davey, and I've been pastor here now for 23 years. Um, it's an exciting part of town, Weston, lots of action going on. So our programs right now, in terms of in-house, there's lots going on, but for example, our Thursday night program is administered to the children of the community, which we call Crow's Nest. And Crow's Nest is really an evolution of Pioneer Girls and Christian Service Brigade, which we had years ago. And so we continue to reach out to the families, to the communities. I would say 90% of the children who are with us are from the high-rises, really, up and down the street. Many of them from marginalized families where there's not a whole lot of opportunity to give support because the parents are just in difficult situations. But what happened 7 years ago was the land became available and Chrysler wouldn't even talk to us because they figured, what would this little church possibly be able to do with this 3.5 acres of land worth $3 million? They wouldn't even have a discussion. So we had to act fairly dramatically to even get them to answer a phone call. So we had to go about trying to find monies where we could even get that kind of conversation going on so they would have a serious conversation with us. Well, we had no other access to monies other than our homes. That's just the way it was. And it was interesting that we had a broad-based response in our faith community for people to say, hey, I'll go on board and I'll take out 100 grand or 50 grand on my house and give that to the church so that we can have these discussions. And we raised through that like $1.5 million, in and around that. That's a lot of bucks in small homes and so on, which shows how many players had to be part of that. That was incredibly encouraging for everybody, not just for me, but for the whole faith community, and enough so that Chrysler started taking us seriously and finally gave us the opportunity to get the land. And then the story unfolded from that. The food drive has been running consistently now for all those years, 25 years. And presently, we do this just prior to Christmas. There's the food bank, which runs at Ways, which is in our Frontlines building. All the churches in Weston support that, but we house it at Frontlines because we always had a problem where would it go? Most buildings don't want food banks in their place, so it's in Frontlines. We've been doing it for 25 years. There's a great need. We get huge numbers of people who need food at our Weston Food Bank. So the Christmas food drive that we do is really vital in that. Otherwise, there isn't enough in the great need that happens at Christmas time. Anyway, so we put out about 5,000 bags in greater Weston area, meaning a bag goes to every house. And those are hand-delivered by people from our church. They go out with a note and a letter explaining what happens. The people put food in bags, the bags that we deliver. They leave it on the veranda, and then about a week later, it's all set up. We drive by, people from our church pick it up, mostly youth there who are running around the streets, right, picking up the food. The older folk are driving or sorting. So when the food finally comes back to the church now, we actually do the drop-off at the church in our smaller gym. And then we organize it all there, put it in boxes in all the different categories, and then that food then goes to the food bank, and then it's distributed in sort of major hampers that go out to all of the people on their food list, which is several hundred families. So it's developed from just a couple of streets by 10 youth to our largest volunteer event of the year. We have well over 200 people involved in distribution in all the various levels of getting the food, bringing it in, getting it through the food banks. So be encouraged that good things continue to happen here. And if you want to read a bit more about what's happening, then please go to our website. There are lots of supporting documents that explain a lot of what we've been talking about, the different videos that you've been viewing. If you want to take the time, you can go and find a lot of information and have a better sense of where we're going. And I think you'd enjoy that as friends of Weston Park Baptist Church. So please do that and keep us in your prayers as we go forward. Thank you.